The morning after humanity's first successful strike against the alien scout ship, Earth was alive with a mixture of relief and urgency. Across the planet, people emerged from their homes to catch glimpses of the early sunlight, their faces, bright with hope yet shadowed by worry. The alien fleet had not retreated. It had paused, regrouping, calculating, observing. Every satellite and telescope transmitted images of ships larger and more numerous than the first. In the United Earth Defense Headquarters, General Aaron stood at the center of the command room surrounded by maps, screens, and reports. Engineers, scientists, and military strategists moved around him like a hive of organized energy, each contributing their expertise. Aaron's calm voice cut through the hum of activity. "We have shown them that Earth is not defenseless," he began. "But this is only the start. The alien fleet is strong, their weapons are fast, their ships advanced. If we meet them in open space, we risk losing everything. We must fight on our terms where our knowledge, strategy, and resourcefulness give us the advantage." Dr. Soren, the physicist who had discovered the alien firing rhythm, stepped forward. "We need to use terrain and positioning," he explained. "The asteroid belt and the moons of Mars give us natural cover. If we place artillery and defenses cleverly, we can force them into zones where their technology is less effective." Aaron nodded. "Exactly. We'll use the environment, camouflage, and mobility. They expect a frontal assault. We will give them something they cannot anticipate." Over the next several days, Earth transformed. Soldiers, engineers, and civilians worked in unison to prepare hidden artillery bases in deserts, mountains, and forests. Old cannons, once considered obsolete, were refurbished with new targeting systems, reinforced barrels, and specialized ammunition. Missiles were designed to travel faster and explode with precision. In the deserts of North Africa, a massive artillery battery was hidden beneath sand and rock. Engineers built false ridges and holographic decoys to make the real cannons invisible to alien sensors. In the mountains of South America, artillery crews dug into cliffs, using natural formations to shield themselves while maintaining wide firing arcs. Even undersea bases were prepared, camouflaged among deep ocean ridges. Mira, the young artillery officer, supervised one of the desert positions. "General Aaron says they think we are weak," she said to her crew. "They think our weapons are outdated. Let's prove them wrong." Her team worked tirelessly, running drills, testing equipment, and coordinating targeting data. Each day brought new challenges, sandstorms, mechanical failures, and miscalculations, but every obstacle was met with determination. By night, the desert glowed with the soft light of maintenance lamps, reflecting the unwavering commitment of humans defending their home. Meanwhile, intelligence teams tracked the alien fleet. Drones flew near the outer planets, scanning alien ships for patterns, weaknesses, and energy signatures. The aliens' arrogance was evident. They did not hide their formations or firing schedules. Dr. Soren analyzed every detail. "Their weapons recharge in predictable intervals," he explained during a briefing. "If we can coordinate our attacks, with those gaps even our artillery can strike with maximum effect. Timing will be critical." Aaron leaned over the table, pointing to a holographic model of the solar system. "We won't just attack," he said. "We will confuse them, mislead them, and control where they fight. Every move they make, we will anticipate. This is a battle of wits as much as firepower." On Earth, civilians played their part too. Factories worked around the clock producing ammunition, shields, and drone components. Students, engineers, and volunteers designed communication networks, camouflage systems, and early warning devices. Every hand contributed to the defense of the planet. As the alien fleet approached Mars, Earth's forces finalized their plans. A massive ambush would take place in the asteroid belt. Hidden artillery positions were ready, coordinated by advanced computing systems that synchronized firing sequences across hundreds of kilometers. Drones would relay real-time data, adjusting targeting and tracking alien movements with precision. In the command room, Aaron addressed his top officers. "This is not just a battle for survival," he said. "It is a statement. They mocked our technology, our weapons, and our resolve. They think their superiority is absolute. We will show them that human courage, intelligence, and creativity, are forces they cannot measure. This is our moment. Across Earth, the anticipation was palpable. Families gathered near screens, watching news feeds from military satellites. Soldiers prepared for deployment, checking every detail, rehearsing every maneuver. Mira inspected her team's artillery one last time before departure. "Remember," she said, her voice steady but passionate, "we may not have their speed or shields, but we have strategy, unity, and heart. Keep your focus, trust your training, and strike when the moment comes. We will surprise them." As the alien fleet neared the asteroid belt, scouts moved ahead, probing for weaknesses. They still broadcast messages, arrogant and mocking. Primitive. Humans hiding behind rocks, you cannot stop us, resistance is meaningless. But Earth's forces were ready. Every cannon, missile, and drone had a calculated role. Every soldier, engineer, and civilian had contributed to the plan. The aliens' mockery had only strengthened humanity's resolve. In the asteroid belt, hidden artillery positions waited in silence. Rock formations and digital camouflage concealed the massive cannons. Drones hovered silently, transmitting coordinates to every battery. Soldiers held their positions, eyes sharp, hands steady. The atmosphere was tense, but determination filled every heartbeat. General Aaron walked among the units, inspecting each position. "They do not expect this," he said quietly to Mira. "They see our weapons and laugh, but they cannot see our minds, our teamwork, or our preparation. When the first salvo strikes, they will learn that human strategy is not outdated." The first alien scouts entered the belt, scanning for targets. Confident and dismissive, they moved quickly, expecting no resistance. But Earth's artillery was perfectly synchronized. A low hum filled the asteroid belt, unnoticed by alien sensors. Then, in perfect coordination, cannons fired. Bright flashes lit the dark void, and missiles streaked silently toward their targets. The aliens were caught off guard, forced to maneuver in ways they had not anticipated. "Their shields are strong, but we know their rhythm," Dr. Soren said in the control center. "Every gap is a chance to strike. Timing is everything." Missiles struck with precision, disabling scouting ships and causing confusion among the alien fleet. For the first time, humans could see the aliens reacting with surprise. Their movements became hesitant, cautious. Confidence turned into calculation. The desert positions, Mira's team adjusted their aim, exploiting every opening. "Focus on the gaps," she shouted. "Wait for the rhythm, then fire." Missiles and artillery rounds collided with alien ships, sending sparks and energy flares into space. Soldiers cheered silently, aware that the battle was only beginning, but proud of the effect of their preparation. In orbit above Mars, General Aaron watched the battle unfold on the displays. "This is what I wanted them to see," he said. "They mocked our weapons, but they cannot mock our minds, our courage, or our unity. Humanity fights not just with machines, but with heart and strategy." As the alien fleet reeled from unexpected losses, their mocking broadcast turned into confused chatter. The arrogance that had been so sharp before wavered. They had underestimated humans, not just the weapons, but the people behind them. On Earth, news of the ambush spread quickly. Citizens cheered, soldiers smiled, and hope returned to the faces of those who had feared annihilation. Humanity had survived the first major test. They had shown that even with outdated artillery, intelligence, coordination, and courage could change the course of a battle. Yet General Aaron knew the real challenge was still ahead. The aliens were powerful, persistent, and numerous. Today's victory was just the beginning. Tomorrow they would adapt, and humanity would need to do the same. But for the first time, humans had seen that they could stand against the unknown, that they could fight not with despair, but with creativity and heart. The planet was united. The defenses were ready, and the stage was set for the battles to come. As night fell over Earth, the stars above seemed closer, charged with possibility. The alien fleet hovered in space, still strong, still advancing, but now cautious. Humanity had proven something important. No matter how advanced the enemy, the human spirit, strategy, and unity could turn the tide. General Aaron looked at the Horizon, the glow of artillery bases lighting the deserts, mountains, and oceans. "We are ready," he whispered, "and we will not fail." The asteroid belt was quiet, but that silence was deceptive. Between the floating rocks, Earth's hidden artillery batteries lay in wait, camouflaged perfectly against the gray and brown stone. Missiles, cannons, and drones were ready, each synchronized by advanced computers that connected every position across hundreds of kilometers. The soldiers inside the bases held their breath, knowing that everything depended on perfect timing. General Aaron stood in the Central Command Unit, surrounded by officers and scientists. Holographic displays showed the alien fleet approaching, sleek and massive, moving faster than Earth's best detection systems could fully track. Alien scouts were already probing the belt, searching for weaknesses. "They still don't know we're here," Aaron said quietly, his eyes fixed on the screen. "They think we are primitive. They think our cannons are toys. But soon they will learn that humans are never predictable." Mira checked her artillery crew. "Remember your positions, follow the timing exactly, wait for my signal. One false move and the ambush fails. But if we succeed, we will change the course of this war." The soldiers nodded, tension written on every face. The asteroid belt had natural hazards, floating debris, shifting rocks, and unpredictable trajectories, but Earth's forces had studied the terrain for days. Every cannon, every missile, and every drone had been placed with meticulous care. As the alien scouts entered the belt, they moved confidently, their arrogance evident even through the screens. "Primitive humans hiding among rocks," their transmissions taunted. "You cannot stop us. Your resistance is meaningless." Aaron's hand hovered over the console. "Hold," he said. "Wait for the rhythm." Dr. Soren leaned forward. "Their firing pattern is consistent. Missiles launch, shields recharge, then repeat. We have a window of 6 seconds between volleys. That's all we get." Mira's crew held their positions, counting the seconds silently. Every member knew their role. Every action had been rehearsed countless times. They had trained for this moment, but the weight of reality was heavier than any drill. Then, the first salvo of alien missiles fired. Bright streaks of energy arced through space, skimming past asteroids and scanning for Earth's positions. The soldiers ducked instinctively, though the missiles were too far to hit them directly. The timing had begun. "Now!" Mira shouted. Cannons roared from hidden positions, bright flashes lighting the void of space. Missiles streaked out from the deserts of Earth, the mountains of South America, and the hidden sea bases, all converging on the alien scouts. For the first time, humanity's artillery struck with precision in open space. The aliens tried to maneuver, their ships twisting and banking with advanced agility. But Earth's attacks were synchronized perfectly with the alien firing gaps. One by one, scouting ships were disabled, energy flares bursting around the fleet as missiles found their targets. "This is working," one officer exclaimed. "They didn't expect coordinated fire from multiple positions." Aaron remained calm, watching the displays. "Keep focus. This is only the beginning. The main fleet is coming. We need to lure them into the belt." The alien scouts, surprised and damaged, sent frantic messages back to the main fleet. Their transmissions were no longer mocking. They were sharp, alert, and urgent. They realized humans were cleverer than they anticipated. Confidence had given way to caution. Earth's drones darted among the asteroids, relaying real-time coordinates to the artillery batteries. Missiles adjusted mid-flight, dodging small rocks and debris, striking with lethal accuracy. The alien fleet had underestimated the humans' understanding of their own environment. On one artillery platform, Mira adjusted a targeting console. "Look at this," she said, pointing to a holographic display. "We've predicted every move of the scouts. Every shot is hitting them." The aliens responded with heavier weapons, but their overconfidence caused miscalculations. Some missiles were fired too early, others collided with asteroids, and several failed to track Earth's mobile drones. Every error gave humans a chance to strike again. Aaron's voice came over the communication system. "All units, maintain fire discipline. Focus on gaps in their shields. Timing is everything." Hours passed like minutes as the ambush unfolded. Bright explosions lit the asteroid belt as alien ships faltered, twisted, and fell behind their formation. The human soldiers worked tirelessly, switching targets, adjusting angles, and calculating trajectories. The aliens had not expected this level of organization and coordination. In orbit above Mars, another battery prepared to join the attack. Their cannons had been hidden beneath the moon's rocky surface, camouflaged with holographic projections to mimic untouched craters. When the command came, their salvo joined the others, catching more alien ships off guard. One alien vessel, larger than the rest, attempted to take command of the scouts and restore order. Its shields glowed brightly, and its weapons fired with incredible precision. But even it could not predict the coordinated strike from multiple positions. Missiles converged from 3 directions, striking simultaneously. Sparks and energy flares erupted, and the alien ship was forced to retreat, damaged and disoriented. On Earth, citizens watched the live feeds with disbelief. The screens showed the destruction of alien scouts, missiles streaking through the void, and explosions lighting up the darkness. Humanity had turned the tide for the first time. Even the smallest artillery, when used strategically, could challenge advanced technology. Mira's crew cheered silently, their faces illuminated by the displays. "We did it," one soldier whispered. "We actually did it." Aaron's eyes remained focused. "This is only the start," he said. "The main fleet will adapt. They will learn from these losses. We cannot let our guard down." The alien commanders, observing the ambush, sent urgent messages to one another. "Earth is stronger than expected," one transmission read. "Their weapons may be old, but their tactics are sophisticated. Adjust strategy. Do not underestimate them again." Despite their confusion, the aliens were relentless. They began to maneuver more cautiously, scanning the asteroid belt for hidden positions. But Earth's forces anticipated their movements. Every cannon, every missile, every drone acted in perfect coordination, forcing the aliens into a defensive stance. Dr. Soren analyzed the data quickly. "Their approach is changing. They're learning. We need to keep them guessing. Introduce decoys, false targets, and mobility. If they adapt too quickly, our advantage disappears." Aaron nodded. "Then we will give them surprises. This ambush is just the beginning. They mocked us once. We will show them that Earth is unpredictable, resourceful, and united." As the day drew to a close, the alien scouts had been reduced significantly. Some were disabled, others retreated in confusion, sending urgent signals back to the main fleet. For the first time, humans had proven they could challenge even the most advanced alien technology. In the command room, officers and scientists celebrated quietly, cheers mixed with relief and exhaustion. Humans had used ingenuity, preparation, and strategy to overcome raw technological superiority. The victory was small in scale compared to the threat, but it was monumental in impact. Mira walked through the artillery positions, inspecting her crew and equipment. "You all did incredible work," she said, smiling. "Remember, this is not the end. The main fleet is out there. They will come, and we need to be ready." Aaron placed a hand on her shoulder. "You've all shown what humans can do when we work together. They mocked us, but now they respect us, or at least they fear what they cannot predict. That is the power of preparation, courage, and unity." As the stars of the asteroid belt glowed softly in the distance, Earth's forces prepared for the next stage. The alien main fleet was still approaching, stronger and more numerous, but humanity had gained a vital advantage: confidence. They had turned the tables, proving that even outdated artillery, combined with strategy and courage, could challenge an overwhelming enemy. Above all, one truth became clear to both humans and aliens. Earth would not surrender, and humans would fight not just with weapons, but with intelligence, determination, and an unbreakable spirit. The ambush had succeeded. The aliens had been surprised. Humanity had proven itself. And in the silence that followed the explosions, a single thought echoed through every human heart. They were ready for whatever came next. The asteroid belt had proven that humanity could fight back. Yet General Aaron knew this was only the beginning. The alien main fleet loomed larger than any formation seen before, their ships numbering in the thousands, each bristling with advanced weapons. But humans had learned something crucial. The aliens underestimated Earth, its people, and the power of ingenuity, combined with courage. In the command center orbiting Mars, Aaron studied holographic displays of the fleet's movements. Each alien vessel pulsed with energy, shields glowing brightly, weapons ready to strike. Satellites monitored the fleet from multiple angles, feeding precise data to Earth's artillery positions. "We've learned their rhythm," Dr. Soren said, pointing at the holographic projection. "Their weapons recharge in a predictable sequence. We can anticipate their attacks, target weak points, and strike with coordinated volleys. Timing is everything." Aaron nodded. "Then we fight smarter, not harder. We force them to play our game. They expect brute force. We give them strategy." Across Earth, the preparations were relentless. Artillery units moved to hidden positions on the Moon, Mars, and even on some asteroids. Engineers adjusted targeting computers, improving missile speed and precision. Drones were deployed in complex patterns ready to relay information, create decoys, and confuse alien sensors. Every detail mattered. On a moon base overlooking the Martian plains, Mira checked her team's artillery. The cannons were larger and more powerful than those used in the asteroid ambush. "This is it," she said to her crew. "Today, we show them humans are not just survivors. We are strategists, thinkers, and fighters. Stick to the plan, trust your training, and fire when ready." The alien fleet approached Mars, confident and aggressive. Their previous encounters had been with scouts. They assumed the main fleet would overwhelm humanity easily. But Earth's forces had learned from the ambush. Humans had anticipated alien movements, set traps, and prepared artillery to strike at precise moments. "Commence the decoy maneuver," Aaron ordered. Holographic projections lit the screens, simulating large artillery placements on the Martian surface. Alien sensors detected these false positions, focusing their attention on targets that did not exist. Meanwhile, actual cannons lay hidden, ready to fire. As the aliens advanced, Earth's drones zipped through the void, luring enemy ships into pre-planned zones. Missiles fired from hidden positions, hitting alien vessels in weak points calculated by Dr. Soren and his team. Explosions rippled across space, bright and precise, catching the aliens off guard. One alien commander, realizing the scouts had been decimated in the asteroid belt, tried to take control of the formation. "They are clever, but not enough to resist us," he transmitted. "Engage full attack." But Earth's forces were ready. Cannons from Moon and Mars bases opened fire simultaneously. Missiles converged on alien ships from multiple directions, exploiting the predictable firing gaps of their weapons. Even the most advanced shields could not withstand the perfectly timed volleys. Alien vessels shuddered under unexpected attacks. On the Martian plains, Mira's team adjusted angles and timing. "Focus on the larger ships," she shouted. "They are controlling the formation. Take them out and the rest will panic." The missiles struck with precision. One massive alien vessel erupted in sparks and energy flares, forcing nearby ships to scatter. Confusion spread through the fleet. Alien formations broke, some retreating, some colliding with asteroids in attempts to maneuver. "This is working," Dr. Soren said, leaning over his console. "They are adapting, but too slowly. Their confidence is faltering." From orbit, Aaron watched carefully. He knew the aliens were dangerous, but he also knew that human ingenuity could outmatch brute strength. He adjusted tactics, coordinating artillery from multiple positions. One cannon would fire, drawing alien attention, while another, hidden in shadows or behind rocks, launched missiles at blind spots. Humans turned every strength into an advantage. In the control room, analysts highlighted alien energy fluctuations. "Shields weakening on multiple vessels," one officer reported. "Their pattern is breaking." Aaron smiled faintly. "Then we push. All units execute Phase 2. Target command ships, not just weapons. Cut their coordination." The next salvo from Earth's hidden artillery struck the alien command ships. Explosions rocked the fleet, communications disrupted, and energy shields flickered. The aliens' once confident advance slowed to hesitation, then confusion. In space, drones relayed live data, allowing artillery to adjust instantly. Missiles flew with deadly precision, striking gaps in shields and forcing alien ships to react defensively. Every human position contributed to a single coordinated assault. Mira's team on the Martian plains cheered quietly as they watched alien vessels falter. "They can't predict us," she whispered. "We're everywhere and nowhere. This is our strength." The aliens' arrogance, once sharp and cutting, was now replaced with uncertainty. They had underestimated humans at every turn. Their advanced technology was formidable, but their inability to anticipate human creativity and coordination had left them vulnerable. Earth's citizens followed the battle from screens around the globe. Children, parents, and leaders watched in awe as humans turned strategy and preparation into victory. The planet had learned that courage, intelligence, and unity could rival technology far superior in firepower. On one asteroid base, Aaron addressed his officers. "They mocked our artillery. They thought we were weak. But every cannon, every missile, every strategy we've built has proven them wrong. We fight not just for survival, but to show that humanity can face the impossible and win." Dr. Soren added, "Their formation is breaking. The remaining ships are scattered and disorganized. If we maintain pressure, we can force them to retreat or surrender." Mira looked at her team, pride shining in her eyes. "Remember, every shot counts. Keep focused. We're showing them that humans are unpredictable, clever, and unstoppable when united." As the battle continued, Earth's forces forced alien ships into traps, exploiting every mistake. Missiles fired from hidden batteries hit with calculated precision. Drones created illusions, making alien vessels maneuver into blind spots. Cannons that had once been considered outdated became symbols of human determination and intelligence. Even the alien main fleet began to hesitate, confused by Earth's tactics. Commanders communicated frantically, adjusting formations, but the humans were always one step ahead. Strategy, preparation, and adaptability had turned the battle. Humans were no longer merely defending, they were dictating the fight. In orbit, above Mars, Aaron gave the final order for the coordinated strike. Missiles launched from Moon, Mars, asteroid, and Martian surface batteries converged on the largest alien vessels. The explosions were massive, shaking the enemy fleet and forcing a retreat. The alien fleet, once confident and mocking, began to pull back toward the outer solar system. Humans had not destroyed them entirely, but they had proved a point. Earth would not surrender, and human ingenuity could challenge the strongest adversaries. On the Martian plains, Mira and her team watched the alien retreat with satisfaction. "We did it," she said quietly. "We turned the tide." Aaron addressed all units through communication channels. "Today, humanity has shown its strength. They mocked us, but now they know that humans are not easily defeated. We fight with intelligence, courage, and unity. And we will continue to do so." Across Earth, celebrations mixed with preparation. Citizens cheered, soldiers rested briefly, and engineers adjusted artillery for the next engagement. The planet had won a decisive moment, but the war was far from over. Humanity had proven it could fight back, that even outdated artillery combined with strategy and courage could challenge a technologically superior enemy. As night fell over Mars and Earth, General Aaron stood quietly, looking at the stars. The alien fleet was still out there, strong and numerous but shaken and confused. Humanity had learned the value of strategy, preparation, and ingenuity. The victories of the asteroid belt and Martian offensive were proof that humans could survive, adapt, and triumph against overwhelming odds. For the first time, humans felt a new confidence. They had faced the unknown and turned it into an opportunity. They had shown that courage, intelligence, and unity were weapons as powerful as any technology. And above all, Earth had shown that its people were unstoppable when they fought together. The stars, once distant and mysterious, now seemed closer. Humanity had begun to carve its place in the cosmos, not as prey but as a force to be respected and feared. And somewhere in the dark reaches of space, the alien fleet retreated, sending signals of confusion and alarm, finally learning what humans had known all along. No amount of technology could match the determination, ingenuity, and spirit of Earth's defenders. The alien fleet had retreated, but General Aaron knew better than to relax. Their forces were still vast, advanced, and dangerous. However, the past battles had shown that humans were not to be underestimated. The asteroid ambush and the Martian offensive had proven one undeniable truth. Ingenuity, strategy, and courage could overcome even the most powerful enemy. In the United Earth Defense Headquarters, officers and scientists worked side by side, analyzing data and planning the final confrontation. Drones monitored the outer solar system, tracking the alien fleet's movements. Satellite sensors captured detailed energy patterns, shield capacities, and weapon recharge times. Every detail was studied, every variable calculated. Aaron addressed his commanders. They've learned to fear us. Their confidence has weakened, but they will not give up easily. The final strike must be decisive. We will use everything we've learned, the environment, our artillery, drones, and coordination, to force them to retreat permanently. Across Earth and its colonies, preparations accelerated. Artillery units were deployed in positions that maximized their coverage, hidden behind moons, asteroids, and planetary terrain. Engineers upgraded missile systems, reinforced cannons, and programmed drones for rapid communication and tactical decoys. Civilians contributed wherever they could, constructing backup communication arrays, power grids, and observation posts. Every hand mattered, every contribution counted. On the Moon, Mira inspected her team's artillery battery. The massive cannons were camouflaged beneath rocky outcrops, while drones hovered silently, ready to relay information. "This is it," she said to her crew. "We have one chance to make it count. Stick to your training. Trust your calculations. Fire only when the moment is right." The alien fleet approached the inner solar system cautiously. They had lost scouts and suffered damage to key vessels during the Martian offensive. Their broadcasts had shifted from mockery to caution, with commanders sending urgent and tense messages to each other. Humans had proven that strategy could neutralize raw technological superiority. In orbit above Mars, Aaron coordinated the assault. "We'll start by drawing their fleet into the asteroid belt," he explained to his officers. "Once they're inside, our hidden artillery and missile batteries will strike simultaneously from multiple angles. Every gap in their shields will be exploited. Precision and timing will win this battle." Dr. Soren added, "We've also prepared decoy networks. Holographic projections will make them think they're facing larger numbers than we have. They will waste time and energy on false targets, while our real strikes hit where it counts." As the alien fleet entered the asteroid belt, the ambush began. Drones darted among the rocks, creating false signals, simulating cannon fire and confusing enemy sensors. Missiles launched from hidden artillery positions, moving with silent precision. The aliens reacted quickly, but their uncertainty slowed them down. Mira's team adjusted their targeting, firing volleys at the largest alien vessels. Explosions erupted across space, energy shields flickering as missiles struck weak points. Even the most advanced alien technology could not withstand the combined assault of strategy, preparation, and determination. "This is working," one officer whispered, watching the holographic display. "They're panicking." Aaron remained calm, issuing precise orders. Phase 2. Focus on command ships. Cut their coordination. Keep artillery synchronized and drones active. Timing is everything. The human assault was relentless. Artillery from Earth, Moon, and Mars fired in perfect unison. Drones relayed real-time updates, adjusting trajectories and angles. Missiles converged on alien command vessels, exploiting gaps in shields and creating confusion in formations. Alien ships struggled to maneuver, colliding with smaller asteroids or each other in attempts to avoid destruction. In the heat of battle, Mira saw an opportunity. One massive alien ship, larger and stronger than the rest, moved too close to an asteroid cluster. "Fire everything at the gap," she shouted. Cannons roared and missiles streaked out, striking simultaneously from multiple directions. Sparks and energy flares lit space as the vessel was forced to retreat, heavily damaged. "Look at them," Dr. Soren exclaimed. "Even their strongest ships cannot withstand coordinated strikes. Humanity's strategy is flawless." The aliens, realizing their fleet was disorganized, sent frantic communications. "We underestimated them. They are everywhere. Our sensors lie. Retreat. Regroup." But retreat was slow. Earth's forces continued their assault, exploiting the confusion. Hidden batteries fired from unexpected angles, while drones created false threats to keep alien ships reacting defensively. The combination of human ingenuity, strategy, and relentless coordination left the alien fleet unable to form a proper counterattack. On Earth, citizens watched the battle unfold, their screens showing the brilliance of human determination. From families in cities to soldiers on distant bases, the planet felt a collective pride. Humanity had fought the unknown and proved that even in the face of superior technology, courage and intelligence could triumph. Aaron, observing the alien retreat, gave the order for a final strike. "All units, focus fire on the largest ships. Force them out of the solar system. Today, humanity shows its strength." Missiles fired from hidden positions across the solar system converged on the remaining alien vessels. Explosions illuminated space, and alien shields collapsed under the precision of coordinated human fire. With their command structures disrupted and formations broken, the aliens had no choice but to retreat completely toward the outer solar system. The silence that followed was powerful. Humans had survived. Humans had fought, adapted, and triumphed. Even the outdated artillery, combined with strategy, preparation, and ingenuity, had become symbols of human strength. Mira's team cheered quietly, exhausted but exhilarated. "We did it," she said, smiling. "We actually did it. Humanity won." Aaron addressed all units across communication channels. "Today, we have proven something important. We were mocked, underestimated, and doubted. But human courage, intelligence, and unity have turned the tide. This is the spirit of Earth. We fight with our minds, our hearts, and our determination. Let no one ever doubt us again." Dr. Soren added, "They will remember this. The alien fleet now knows that humans cannot be defeated through technology alone. They underestimated our ingenuity, and that cost them." On Earth, celebrations erupted. Citizens cheered, families embraced, and children smiled at the courage their world had shown. Soldiers rested briefly, engineers checked artillery and drones, and leaders prepared for rebuilding and strengthening Earth's defenses. Yet, amidst the celebration, Aaron reminded everyone of the lessons learned. "This victory is proof of what humans can achieve when united," he said quietly. "We cannot grow complacent. We must continue to prepare, to learn, and to innovate. Our survival depends on it." Mira looked at the stars, her eyes reflecting the glow of distant explosions. "We have faced the impossible," she whispered, "and we won. Humans are stronger than anyone, even the stars themselves, could imagine." The alien fleet had retreated, but their presence remained a warning. Humanity had survived because of creativity, strategy, and courage. Technology alone had not won the battle. It had been the minds and hearts of humans that had turned the tide. Night fell over Earth and its colonies. Aaron stood quietly, looking at the horizon. The artillery bases glimmered softly, and drones hovered silently, ever vigilant. Humanity had won this battle, but the war for the stars would continue, and Earth was ready. For the first time, humans looked up at the cosmos not with fear, but with confidence. They had faced the unknown, turned it into an opportunity, and triumphed. Earth had shown that even an outdated cannon, when combined with ingenuity, courage, and unity, could shape the fate of worlds. Somewhere in the distant reaches of space, the alien fleet recalculated, sending signals of respect and caution. They had learned the truth. Humans were not to be underestimated. Intelligence, creativity, and unity were weapons no technology could surpass. On Earth, people returned to their lives inspired and proud. Soldiers, engineers, scientists, and civilians alike had contributed to the defense of their world. The human spirit had prevailed, proving that determination and ingenuity could overcome even the most advanced foes. General Aaron, Mira, and their teams knew the universe would test them again. But for now, humanity had triumphed. They had defended their home, earned respect in the eyes of the stars, and shown that courage, intelligence, and unity were the greatest weapons of all. The stars, once distant and intimidating, now seemed within reach. Humanity had fought, endured, and won. The galaxy would remember Earth, not as a world to be conquered, but as a planet of courage, ingenuity, and unstoppable spirit. And so, as the alien fleet disappeared into the darkness, Earth celebrated a victory that would be remembered for generations. The victory of human courage over fear, of ingenuity over arrogance, and of unity over all odds. Aiden tightened his grip on the controls of his small spacecraft, the Aurora Runner. The stars stretched endlessly in every direction, but he felt alive in a way he rarely did on Earth. For months, he had been testing the craft near the edge of the solar system, charting new asteroid fields, and exploring empty stretches of space that no one else dared to visit. Just another day in the void, he muttered, his voice echoing slightly in the cabin. Sensors beeped quietly as the ship glided past a field of floating rocks. Aiden loved this solitude, the quiet hum of the engines, the soft glow of the instrument panels, and the feeling that the universe was entirely his to explore. Suddenly, a sharp alert blared. Unidentified spacecraft approaching? Aiden's heart jumped. He had never seen anything like this. On the screens, a sleek, luminous vessel moved at incredible speed, its energy signature unlike any known human or alien design. What in the world? Aiden whispered. The ship slowed as it approached, docking effortlessly with the Aurora Runner. Aiden's hands hovered over the controls, unsure whether to flee or greet this mysterious visitor. A panel slid open, and a figure stepped out. She was tall and graceful, with luminous silver-blue eyes that seemed to see right through him. Her hair shimmered like starlight, and her attire was elegant, regal, and clearly of alien design. "I am Princess Liara of Sci-Fi," she said, her voice soft but commanding. "I require a human companion for my journey." Aiden blinked. "A human companion? You mean me?" "Yes," Liara replied. "Only a human can accompany me. Other species lack the qualities necessary for what lies ahead. Courage, creativity, intuition. These traits are rare, but your kind possesses them in abundance." Aiden stared, unable to speak for a moment. He had heard tales of alien princesses and interstellar politics, but never imagined being face to face with one. "Why me?" he finally asked. "Your skills as a pilot are impressive," Liara said, stepping closer. "And your mind is adaptable. I have observed humans for some time. You may be the only one capable of assisting me." Aiden shook his head, trying to process the situation. "I'm just a pilot, not some kind of interstellar hero." Liara's expression was calm but firm. "Heroes are not born. They are made in moments like these. The journey I must undertake is dangerous. My people's future may depend on it. I will not risk failure with anyone less than a human." He swallowed hard. The responsibility pressed down on him, but he also felt a thrill he had never experienced before. Adventure, danger, and the unknown, all wrapped up in one impossible moment. "All right," he said finally, a mixture of hesitation and excitement in his voice. "I'll do it. I'll come with you." Liara nodded once, her eyes reflecting relief and gratitude. "Then we begin." The princess's ship was unlike anything Aiden had ever seen. It gleamed with soft, shifting lights and hummed with an energy that seemed alive. As he entered the craft, he noticed panels that responded to thought, hallways that seemed to adjust their size depending on who walked through, and corridors that floated slightly as if gravity had been softened. Liara guided him through the vessel, explaining its systems and capabilities. Aiden tried to absorb it all, but the technology was far beyond anything on Earth. It was both intimidating and exhilarating. "You will need to learn quickly," Liara said. "There is no room for error in the areas we must travel." "I'll do my best," Aiden said. He glanced at her, feeling a strange mixture of respect and curiosity. "You really expect me to control all this?" "I expect you to survive," Liara replied, her gaze steady. "And that is a start." They began with the basics: navigation, energy management, and emergency protocols. Aiden quickly realized that despite the alien technology, the ship responded to logic and creativity, two traits humans excelled at. As he practiced, he discovered new ways to manipulate the controls, combining intuition with problem-solving. During the lessons, Liara shared stories of her world, Zephyra. She spoke of grand cities floating above oceans of liquid crystal, of forests that glowed under the moons, and of creatures that could communicate through thought alone. Aiden listened, fascinated, picturing a world so different from his own. "Humans rarely dream of such things," Liara said softly. "But your mind adapts, that is why I need you." Aiden smiled despite the tension. He felt honored, though a little overwhelmed. "I never thought someone from another star system would actually trust me with their life." "You must trust yourself first," Liara replied. "Only then can you protect me." Their growing partnership faced its first real test the following day. Sensors detected a rogue asteroid cluster on a collision course with the ship. Liara's advanced systems calculated escape routes, but they were narrow and dangerous. "This is your moment," Liara said. "Show me your human ingenuity." Aiden gripped the controls. His mind raced as he calculated angles, speeds, and potential trajectories. The cluster was larger and more chaotic than any asteroid belt he had ever encountered. One wrong move and both of them would be lost in the void. With a deep breath, he guided the ship through the cluster. He dodged massive rocks, used gravity, fields to slingshot around obstacles, and even made last-second adjustments that the ship's AI had not anticipated. Liara watched silently, her eyes wide with admiration. Finally, they emerged on the other side, the cluster spinning harmlessly behind them. "You did well," Liara said, a faint smile appearing on her face. "Humans truly are remarkable." Aiden exhaled, feeling both relieved and exhilarated. "Thanks, but I had a pretty good teacher." Liara inclined her head slightly. "Perhaps. But it is your quick thinking that saved us. Remember this feeling. It will serve you well in the challenges ahead." As the days passed, Aiden and Liara continued to train and prepare. They shared meals in the ship's dining area, where the food was unlike anything Aiden had tasted. It was nutritious, colorful, and somehow satisfying in a way that made him feel stronger. They explored the ship together, discovering chambers that seemed to shift with their moods, gardens that floated in zero gravity, and observation decks that offered breathtaking views of distant stars and nebulae. Despite the technological wonders, Aiden often found himself marveling at Liara herself. She was not just a princess, she was intelligent, resourceful, and wise beyond her years. Yet she also had a curiosity about humans that was endearing, a genuine desire to understand his species. One evening, as they watched a binary star system from the observation deck, Liara spoke quietly. "I have traveled with advisors, generals, and diplomats, but never with someone like you. You see things differently. You adapt. You feel." Aiden looked at her, surprised by the sincerity in her voice. "I guess that's just being human." "Perhaps," she said softly. "And that is why we will succeed." At that moment, a sudden alert blinked on the main console. The sensors had detected an unusual signal, a massive spacecraft moving at incredible speed toward them. Aiden felt a familiar thrill mixed with tension. Their journey had begun, and the universe was already testing them. Liara straightened, her composure returning instantly. It seems our first real challenge approaches, she said. Are you ready, human? Aiden grinned, gripping the controls once more. I was born ready. As the mysterious ship drew closer, Aiden and Liara prepared for whatever lay ahead. Their adventure was just beginning, and already the bond between human and alien princess was growing stronger. Together they would face dangers that no one had ever survived alone, and Aiden had a feeling that this journey would change both of their worlds forever. The stars stretched endlessly before them, and for the first time, Aiden felt the true vastness of the universe and the thrill of being part of something far greater than himself.